Sonic Generations! To celebrate this guy's 20th anniversary, and by the way we just celebrated his 30th, this game is old now, Sega embraced all the major milestones of Sonic's history and gave us perhaps the most consistent 3D Sonic game ever. Classic stages reimagined with amazing scope, modern stages more polished than ever. It truly was a spectacular Sonic game. So what about the other one? On the exact same day, Sega released two versions of Sonic Generations. The console one, which merged classic Sonic and modern Sonic, and the 3DS one, which merged classic Sonic and modern Sonic, but these aren't the same modern Sonics, okay? On console, this guy comes straight out of Unleashed. You can boost, stomp, and say, like it? I love it! But on 3DS, who's this guy? He doesn't speak. I have to read, and I can't do that. I'm just guessing what's on this script. It's clearly following in the footsteps of Sonic Rush. It's even made by the same developer, but they couldn't just pull from a previous game. He looked like this last time. So, Dimps essentially made a whole new basis for modern Sonic from scratch, and they never used it again. In many ways, this is Sonic Rush 4, and while no one really talks about this version, I will make a stand. You ready for a hot take? It's pretty good. Somebody stop him! Not only is this pretty good, but this guy is pretty good too. I always felt like classic Sonic was the weakest part of the console game. It's awesome seeing classic stages designed with a broader scope and modern stages reinterpreted, but the actual control just isn't quite right for this fella. We give Forces and Sonic 4 a lot more flack for this, which is fair because they real bad. And this isn't bad at all, but it's not exactly accurate, and good lord this spin dash. That's faster than I ran to the shop going to buy Shadow the Hedgehog. I was stupidly hyped for that game. Classic on 3DS though, as I said, pretty good. I guess Dimps had a lot more recent experience with classic Sonic, and yeah, I know they did Sonic 4, but the Sonic Advance games nailed the sense of momentum. These games are the real Sonic 4, and Sonic 5, and Sonic 6. And Sonic Labyrinth. Heck, they even did Pocket Adventure, and I'd trust my life to the Neo Geo Pocket Color. What's here isn't advanced level, but I do think it's better than console, at least initially. We'll get into what changes soon. Although screen crunch is for sure a thing. Look how far the camera pans out on console. Starts off all close, and then it pans out to show more of the level. Sonic even sticks mostly to the left of the screen like in Sonic CD, giving you far more visibility to what's coming up. Now let's overlay the 3DS model with the console model and... yeah, I can't see. It for sure feels a bit better, but console nails a ton that 3DS doesn't. So what exactly is this little thing? Did they redesign every level again? Does Rooftop Run have a console classic and a console modern and a 3DS classic and a 3DS modern? Nope! The level selection's actually entirely unique, apart from Green Hill, which does have a console classic, a console modern, a 3DS classic and a 3DS modern. They didn't even reimagine classic Green Hill, this is straight up classic Green Hill. What games are we pulling from then? The handheld stuff like Triple Trouble? Chaos? The advanced games? Rush? Yeah, Rush! For the most part, 3DS covers the exact same games as console, but just chooses different levels. And while it would have been awesome if this exclusively covered Sonic's handheld history, I still really like what we got. I mean, this is essentially just more Sonic Generations, and that's awesome. Instead of Chemical Plant, we got Casino Night, which is a decent pick. I would have liked Mystic Cave Zone for the funky tune, but gambling is a key part of Sonic's history, and one of these games had to cover it. He's got a problem. Actually, just like Green Hill, the classic version is a straight remake of the original. In fact, every game that was originally 2D goes for a 1-to-1 remake in classic. Even the later stuff like Colors. Instead of Sky Sanctuary, we have Mushroom Hill Zone, which is okay. The console version had a bit of a problem where it pulled from first levels a lot, and I guess this isn't technically a first level, but it also really is. Still, I've always loved this setting, and it's great seeing some gimmicks return like spin dashing out of traps, and those little pushy-pulley things. It's a good stage. But then Adventure said, "Ha! You've got a problem with first stages? Well, what do you think about Emerald Coast?" And being the hypocrite I am, I got down on my knees and I worshipped the Dreamcast. What's rad about this is the classic version plays the first part of the song, you know, the boom, boom, boom. But then the modern version's all like doom, 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 doom. This is cool. Adventure 2 goes for Radical Highway, and that's not even a Sonic level! What are you thinking, Dimps? Get in the corner with Batman Arkham Asylum, you stupidos! And Heroes? What's Heroes? 06? Never heard of you. Unleashed? Nopo? We pretend those games never happened and replace them with Water Palace from Sonic Rush, and this is a really cool level. I do wish we got something from Sonic Advance. I mean, like Music Plant from Advance 2 could have been reimagined in a really cool way, but nah. At least Water Palace's music still bangs hard. Bangs harder than this picture of Froggy I found. Look at him bang. I mean, you guys can't see it, but he's banging hard. The final stage, yeah, we're at the last one already, is Tropical Resort from Colors, another first level, but wait, hear me out, they actually pulled from the handheld realm. I'll stand by my stance that Sonic Colors was better on DS. The act pacing was better, general level design was mostly stronger, and Sonic just feels incredible to control. And all the set pieces here are clearly from the DS version. Does console have these little things that eat you up and then spit you out? I think not. Does console have the burst Wisp? No, it's too scared. Planet Wisp was always the low point of generations on console for me. It's got a cool aesthetic and the music rocks, but the level design just isn't great. And the Rocket Wisp? That thing halts all momentum. Burst, on the other hand, look at this guy. He ain't stopping for no one. They technically both provide the same function, which is fly up, but one is stopping everything to slowly fly up, while the other one provides control constantly. Burst is clearly better. Anyone who says otherwise is compromised by the Rocket Wisp. Modern Sonic gets laser, which is likewise great for movement. Though one time I lasered so hard that the game didn't adjust the plane I was on and I died. And that's kinda it. The console game isn't exactly long, you can beat it comfortably in around 3 hours, so getting 6 other stages reimagined is really neat. So much of it's done well too. The pinball launchers in Casino Night, the little bouncy mushrooms in Mushroom Hill, the freaking whale in Adventure, those little floaty pillar things in Speed Highway, I've never questioned those before, what are they? Almost everything cool you loved about these levels is here, but having 2 different styles of Sonic that are both 2D does kinda take a bit of the wow factor away. Like over on console, the truck and city escape in the modern version is very similar to the original, only there's these giant saw blades. It's the same, but more extreme. And then there's the classic version where it chases you throughout the entire level. Not only are these reimaginings different to the original, but they're different to each other. But on 3DS in classic Emerald Coast, the whale chases you and you jump, and in modern Emerald Coast, the whale chases you and you do a quick time event, only instead of random buttons, there's just one button that you keep pressing. Are these different? I mean, yeah, in a kinda not really sort of way. But halfway through the game, and by the way this game's around 2 hours long, if that, they decided to make these two even less different by giving classic Sonic, yeah, the homing attack. Now this was in the console game, but only as a reward for getting all the red rings, so it certainly wasn't a core part of his moveset, just a little bonus, but here, it totally is core to the moveset. You're clearly meant to homing attack this guy. If you don't, you get hit. There's homing attack chains everywhere, and what's more, it changes how classic Sonic bounces. Before the homing attack, I swear you can bounce off enemies way easier, but the moment you get it, you just kinda jump straight through them. Now I can't be certain, but I've always felt like this nerfs your bounce. Probably because they're not expecting you to bounce, they're expecting you to do a homing attack. Why did they give him this? Not only does it make these characters really similar, but it just doesn't make any sense. And there's also this cute little joke about giving him the boost, and I say cute, it had me on the edge of my seat. In the back half, a few levels fall victim to the Dimp's bottomless pits. Especially Speed Highway, I don't like this. I was playing online, yeah the game has online, we'll get there, and this basically sums it up. You might be thinking, whoa John, I saw the camera shift, that's rad as flip! And yeah, that is rad as flip. Most of the time. See, the guy controlling the camera at Dimps needs to chill sometimes as this thing goes all over the place. We get it guys, you made a 3D game and you want the style to seem modern, so look, it is 3D, I swear! Cool it! There's moments where it goes full 3D behind the shoulder, but it always feels like a single plane. Like there's this rail grinding section in Mushroom Hill, and to be honest, I'm not sure why. Like, watch this. What the hell was that? Nothing happened! There's also this rail grinding section, which, to be fair, is more than just a straight line, and did that just kill me regardless of my rings? But if you want actual 3D Sonic on a handheld, well buddy, look no further than the special stages, which are of course pulled from Sega Superstars for the iToy. Or Sonic Heroes, but I'm pretty sure we all know it for the iToy game, right? And outside of the run cycle, which is the weirdest thing I've seen in my life, look at him go. This is alright. I mean, you lose absolutely all speed in the world if your meter depletes, but it's cool seeing this return, and it's so much easier than before. Maybe a little too easy. It doesn't really start posing a challenge until, like, the last one, but I'm pretty sure we can all agree, by far, this is better than the console version. The console version doesn't have special stages. Yeah, over there you get emeralds by fighting Sonic rivals. I was meant to say Sonic's rivals, but a fight against a sentient PSP game would be awesome too. So, do these special stages replace those? No! The rivals just don't give you emeralds this time, and they also don't give sense. See, on console, you battle Metal Sonic on Stardust Speedway, just like in Sonic CD, whereas on 3DS, why is Metal Sonic gambling? I guess you could argue that Sonic and Shadow are playing multiplayer mode from Adventure 2 on Speed Highway. Okay. But why is Silver in Tropical Resort? Is it because he had a minor NPC role in the DS game? Is that how we're justifying this? These are the same bosses from console, only there. They all made sense. They all had their own specific arenas. Silver was in the car tornado place. Shadow was in space. This doesn't make any sense. The actual bosses though, let me rub my hands together because some of these are a bit lame like Big Arm, but freaking flippin' Bio-Lizard. This was also a Shadow stage, you maniacs! Dimps! And after beating him, Sonic says he did this before. No you didn't, you liar! You were part of a different phase! It's a cool adaptation though. Squeezing this fight down to a 2D plane actually works really, really well. I like it a lot more than Perfect Chaos from the console game, which for sure took a more daring direction, but ended up defocusing the boss itself. This one's just a raw remake, but it makes the child inside me smile. Egg Emperor from Heroes is also here, and it's alright. It's no Bio-Lizard, but what is? And then finally, we have the Time Eater, and there's both good and bad things about this. The good is that Sonic Generations 3DS is purely a Sonic, Tails and Eggman adventure. There are no other characters at all, which means none of this.
It looks like a homing shot. Be careful, Sonic! It looks like more than that attack. Like a homing shot. Keep dodging the that shot will track you. Be careful, Sonic! That looks like a homing shot. Be careful, Sonic!
Now listen to it. Wait, this boss has music? Now, the actual boss itself is, it's about as okay as the console one. You've got one phase where it's 2D and you can kind of just avoid everything by sticking to the bottom over here. Nothing really comes this way. And then there's a 3D phase, and oh my god, these are the loosest 3D controls I've ever used in my life. Dims, it's okay, this game didn't have to be 3D. Provided you tap the circle pad very softly, this is also an okay phase. Not much to it, avoid attacks, hit the core. And that is Sonic Generations 3DS. There's a lot to like about this version. Yeah, it's short, but it's snappy as heck. Now this doesn't really come up much, because I think instead of starting new files we just kind of replay the levels we like, but the console version does have a little bit of padding. Before you can move on to the next set of stages, you've got to do a bunch of missions. You don't have to do all of them, but this is mandatory, and these side missions range from pretty good to ah! This is far from the worst padding Sonic's ever had, but still, it is padding all the same. 3DS has none of that, just a constant level-to-level flow. I guess you could call the character races padding. I still don't know why Metal Sonic's gambling. But missions are still here, just they're completely optional. I've never complained that a Sonic game's too short because most are incredibly replayable, but having all this side stuff did make this a more tolerable full-price 3DS game. And you know what? It's time to talk about online, and I'm not just talking leaderboards. Those character races I wasn't fond of in the main game got fleshed out into a full competitive mode, and this is more like it. There's little traps scattered around to make it more than just who knows the stage better, but console had nothing like this. Even the special stages have multiplayer. Rad as flip. Now, you won't believe this, but no one was online, so I had to force all my Twitter followers to play with me, and they never have a choice. One other thing I like is classic Sonic is too short to fit above the text bubbles, so they kinda make him float a bit higher than the other characters. It's cute, I want him. It's clearly a lower budget game and doesn't have all the incredible set pieces of the console version, but continuing the premise of Generations across even more stages is such a cool thing. The 3D effect rules too. I've never really thought about loop-de-loops in 3D space, but Sonic shifts the plane he's on. Now this is all I think about, my life's changed. Now, this definitely isn't one of the best 2D Sonic games ever, but I still really enjoyed the 3DS version. It's just more of good things. More Sonic Generations, and more Sonic Rush style gameplay. It's definitely not something you should play instead of the console version, but as a supplement, I think it's pretty rad. Although, there is no Sonic Chronicles level. So it sucks!